This is the harvest season. You will see the things you have prayed for come true. The season of waiting is over, and the time of reaping has arrived. Everything you have sowed in prayer, in faith, and in perseverance is now coming to fruition. Your prayers, your efforts, and your heartache have not gone unnoticed. God has heard your cries and seen your labor. And now, in this harvest season, you will see the fruit of your prayers. You will witness the promises you have held onto for so long finally coming to pass. What seemed impossible, what seemed out of reach, will now unfold before your eyes in ways that will leave you in awe. Trust that this season is a time of abundance, and all that you have believed for will manifest in your life. Embrace this harvest season. Your blessings are here, tailored just for you. Receive them with a heart full of gratitude and the knowledge that God is working His perfect will in the promise of blessings to come. Your prayers, tears, and hopes have not gone unnoticed. In the quiet moments when you felt abandoned or overwhelmed, God has seen every single one of them. Every tear that fell, every prayer that seemed unheard, every whisper of hope that you've held onto, He's been there, holding them all close to His heart. And now, the moment is approaching. Your blessing is ready. Yes, the blessing you've waited for, prayed for, hoped for. It's already been prepared. It's been wrapped in God's love, and it's sitting at the door of your life, waiting for you to step forward and claim it. It's waiting for you to rise in faith, to trust, and to move in obedience to what God has been guiding you towards. But there's something crucial that you need to understand before you receive this blessing. It's not just about waiting, it's about being ready. You see, the enemy will try everything he can to distract you. He wants you to miss what God has prepared for you. He'll try to pull your attention away, to make you doubt, to plant seeds of fear and uncertainty. He'll try to make you feel like you're not ready, like you're not worthy, like you should give up. But don't fall for it. The devil knows that if he can get you distracted or discouraged, he can steal your blessing. But listen carefully, because God has given you everything you need to overcome these distractions. He's equipped you with strength, with faith, and with His guidance. You are not alone in this. God is with you, leading you every step of the way. The key now is to stay focused. Stay grounded in His promises. Keep your heart and your spirit aligned with His will. There is no turning back now. The blessing is ready, but your readiness is required. It's time to step into your destiny. It's time to let go of fear and doubt and step forward with the faith that God will provide, just as He always has. This is your moment to rise, to claim what has been prepared for you. The doors are about to open, and when they do, they will bring joy, peace, and favor that will change everything. But you must be ready. Your heart, your faith, and your obedience must align with God's will. Don't let distractions stop you. Your blessing is closer than you think. Readiness is a condition of blessing. God doesn't bless randomly. There's a condition or requirement that must be met before His blessings are poured out into your life. And that condition is readiness. Ready hearts are the ones that receive the fullness of God's favor. Without readiness, the blessing you desire may slip right past you, and you'll miss the very thing you've been praying for. But readiness isn't just about waiting for the right moment. It's about aligning your heart, mind, and spirit with God's will. Obedience is key. You can't expect to walk into a season of blessing if you're not willing to follow God's guidance. There's a divine plan that's been laid out for you, but you must obey the steps He's calling you to take. When you resist His direction, you resist the very thing that can bring you peace and prosperity. So listen closely, because God is calling you to step forward in obedience, trusting that His way is the best way. Humility is another key to receiving God's blessings. It's easy to think that you know what's best for your life, but God sees the bigger picture. He knows the path you should take and the lessons you need to learn. Humble yourself before Him and acknowledge that His wisdom is far greater than your own. Only when you embrace this humility can God open the door to the blessings He's been preparing for you. Letting go of control is perhaps the hardest part. We all want to hold on tightly to our plans and our timelines, but sometimes God asks us to surrender our will to His. It's not always easy to trust in the process, especially when things don't look the way we expect. But if you try to take control and run ahead of God, you may find yourself in a place of regret. His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. The truth is, if you go off on your own without His guidance, you may regret it. Your own strength and wisdom will never compare to God's divine understanding. What seems like a good idea to you might lead to confusion and frustration. But when you trust God and lean on his understanding. He will guide you into blessings that are beyond what you could have imagined. Waiting with purpose? Waiting is often seen as a period of delay, but in reality, it's much more than that. Waiting is not about wasting time. It is about preparation. God is not idle during your waiting season. He's using this time to prepare you for the blessings that are coming, molding your heart and refining your spirit. So instead of seeing waiting as a burden, shift your perspective and recognize it as a time of growth. This is when God is working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly for what's ahead. The trials you face during your waiting are not meaningless. They are lessons that shape you, tests that refine you, and tools that teach you perseverance. Each trial you've endured has made you stronger, teaching you how to hold on tighter to God. Through the pain and hardship, God is developing the character and resilience you'll need for the future. The perseverance you've gained in those hard moments will fuel your strength in the seasons of abundance and victory. Waiting has trained you to rely on Him, to trust in His timing, and to rest in His promises. Every tear, every moment of heartbreak is not forgotten. God sees it all. He knows your struggles, and He's keeping track of each one. Your pain is not wasted. It is part of the greater story He is writing for you. When it feels like you're walking through the darkest valley, know that God is there, with you, remembering every tear you shed. He is not distant from your suffering. He is drawing near, holding your pain, and weaving it into His divine plan. Though the waiting may feel long, trust that God is using it for good. He is preparing you for what you've been asking for, and every step you take during this time brings you closer to the promise He has for you. The journey may be slow, but every day is a part. The devil is attacking directly. The enemy has a clear strategy: to distract you, to sow doubt in your mind, and to make you give up on what God has promised. His tactics are subtle, often appearing as thoughts that make you question your worth or your calling. The enemy knows that if he can divert your attention, cause you to doubt, or make you feel defeated, he can steal the very blessings that are meant for you. This is why it's so important to stay alert. The moment you let your guard down, the enemy will strike. He's relentless, but you can be stronger. You must stand firm in your faith and refuse to give in to the lies he tries to feed you. Blessings, as much as we long for them, are not guaranteed to come at any time. They are time-bound. The opportunities God provides come in specific seasons, and if we miss them, they may not come around again. Just as a door opens, it can close, and the moment of opportunity can pass by. That's why it's crucial to act now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or hesitate because of fear. If you delay, you may miss the chance God has for you. His blessings are abundant, but they require action in the right moment. Timing is everything. It may feel overwhelming, but you must act with purpose and clarity. Do not let the enemy's distractions pull you away from the path God has set for you. Be bold. Step forward in obedience and faith, knowing that God has equipped you for the task at hand. The devil wants to see you stagnant, waiting for the perfect circumstances, but God is calling you to move now, to trust Him with the timing and the outcome. When you act in faith, you align yourself with God's will, and His power will sustain you through every challenge. So stand firm, stay alert, and act quickly. The blessing is near, and the time to step into it is now. Don't allow doubt or distraction to delay your progress. The enemy's attack may seem intense, but remember that you have the strength to overcome. The victory is already yours if you move in faith, and God will honor your obedience. The blessings He has for you are worth every moment of struggle and every step of faith. Responsibility for blessings. Every blessing that God bestows upon you comes with a sacred responsibility. It's not just about receiving something good, it's about understanding the weight of that blessing and being mature enough to handle it. The blessing is not a mere gift to be taken lightly. It's a trust that God has placed in your hands. With every blessing, He is giving you the opportunity to reflect His goodness, His love, and His glory to the world around you. But with that privilege comes the responsibility of stewardship. God wants to see that His blessings are used in a way that honors Him and brings about lasting change, not just temporary moments of happiness. If you're not mature enough to handle the responsibility that comes with your blessings, there is a risk of losing them. This might seem hard to accept, but it's true. Just as with any great gift, if you misuse it, or if you're not prepared to manage it properly, it can slip away. It's easy to take blessings for granted, to think that they will always be there. But God gives us blessings not just to fill our lives with good things, but to shape us, to grow us, and to draw us closer to Him. If we're not ready, those blessings can become a source of trouble rather than joy. God's desire is for your blessings to be a lasting testimony of His goodness, not just a fleeting experience of joy. He doesn't want you to receive a blessing and have it vanish or lose its significance over time. Instead, He wants that blessing to grow, to multiply, and to be a constant reminder of His faithfulness. When you handle your blessings with care, humility, and maturity, they become a powerful testimony to those around you of the goodness and greatness of God. Others will see how you steward what He's given you and be inspired to seek the same relationship with High. So, when you receive a blessing, take a moment to reflect on its true purpose. Understand that God has entrusted it to you for a reason, and He expects you to manage it well. This means being wise with how you use it, being grateful for it, and using it to honor Him. Your responsibility is not just to enjoy the blessing for yourself, but to share its impact with others. In doing so, you'll allow God's goodness to shine through you, turning every blessing into a powerful story of His faithfulness and love, healing and freedom. God is healing the deep wounds within you, the ones that you have carried for so long, the ones you thought would never heal. These wounds, hidden beneath the surface, have shaped your heart and your mind in ways you never expected. You may have tried to move past them, but they've been there, lingering, affecting the way you see the world and the way you see yourself. But now, God is gently touching those very places with His healing hands. His love is penetrating the deepest parts of your soul, soothing the scars and mending what has been broken. He sees every hurt, every pain, and He is committed to restoring you, bringing you back to the fullness of who He created you to be. He is giving you freedom from the past, from the things that have bound you and held you back. For so long you have been shackled by the chains of regret, shame, fear, and unforgiveness. These chains have defined you, limited your vision, and trapped you in a cycle of pain and sorrow. But God is declaring today that those chains no longer have the power to hold you. With each step you take toward Him, He is breaking those chains, shattering the lies that have kept you in bondage. You no longer have to live in the shadow of your past. You are being set free. No longer are you a prisoner to the mistakes, fears, or hurts that have weighed you down for so long. You were created to be a strong warrior, carrying His light into the world. You are not meant to live in defeat, in fear, or in hiding. God has designed you with strength and purpose to rise above the trials, the hardships, and the pain. You are His warrior, chosen and equipped to carry His light into the darkest places. His power is within you, and He is renewing your spirit, fortifying your heart, and sharpening your resolve. The chains are gone, and in their place, you are clothed in strength, courage, and freedom. No longer will you walk as one who is broken and bound. You will walk with the strength of a warrior, shining His light brightly for all to see. Embrace this healing and freedom. Let go of the past, release the fear, and stand tall as the warrior God has called you to be. With every step, you are walking into a future full of hope, power, and purpose. God is with you, and His light is within you. You were made for this moment. Your healing has begun, and your freedom is already here. Step into it with confidence, knowing that you carry the light of God, and nothing can stop you. Pray for your family. Your family is carrying many hidden burdens that often go unnoticed, even though they weigh heavily on their hearts. Beneath the surface, there are struggles, fears, and pains that are kept in silence, unknown to the world around them. Your loved ones are going through battles that no one can see, heavy weight of unspoken worries, fears of the future, and deep scars that haven't healed. They may smile and carry on with life, but within them, there is pain that they don't know how to express or share. They are carrying these burdens alone, not realizing how much they need the healing and peace that only God can provide. Your prayers have the power to change the fate of your loved ones. In those quiet moments when you close your eyes and lift your heart to God, your prayers are not just words, they are a powerful weapon. Your faith, your love, and your tears are powerful tools in the hands of God. When you pray, you are speaking directly to the Creator of the universe, the one who can move mountains and transform lives. Your prayers reach deep into the spirit of your family, touching the hidden places where no one else can reach. God hears your cries for them, and He is moved by the love and faith you carry. Through your prayers, doors that were once closed will open. Chains that have held them captive will be broken. God is waiting for you to intercede on their behalf, to call on His strength and mercy for them. Pray with tears, with love, with strong faith. When you pray for your family, do so with a heart full of compassion and devotion. Let the tears you shed be a reflection of the love you have for them, the deep desire to see them free from pain, fear, and struggle. Let your prayers be powerful, not out of obligation, but because you truly believe in the power of God to transform their lives. Pray with strong faith, knowing that God hears and answers the prayers of a righteous heart. Your prayers are a gift to your family, a beacon of hope in their darkness, and a source of strength when they feel weak. Even when they don't know how to pray for themselves, your prayers will stand in the gap, bringing them closer to God and to the healing they so desperately need. Don't underestimate the power of your prayers. They are the lifeline your family needs. Keep praying with love, with faith, and with the belief that God is moving in their lives in ways you cannot yet see. Your prayers are changing their fate, shaping their future, and drawing them closer to the peace and healing they long for. Hold fast to your faith and trust that God is working in their lives through your prayers, bringing light where there was darkness and peace where there was turmoil. Asterisk, asterisk, don't fear. God is working in the silence. He is quietly making the way, removing obstacles, and preparing the right time. You may not see it, but God is at work, working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet comprehend. You may feel like nothing is changing, like everything is still and quiet, but rest assured, God is orchestrating the perfect plan for your life. Every roadblock that seems impossible to overcome, every challenge that feels too big to handle, God is working in those moments. He is clearing the path, moving things out of your way, and preparing you for what is to come. The silence you feel around you is not abandonment, it is preparation. Trust that in this moment of stillness, God is working things out for your good. When you don't see anything, God is still working. Don't let doubt get you down. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, when the waiting seems endless and the answers feel far away. But even in the quiet, God is at work. He is building your strength, refining your character, and positioning you for the blessings that are on the way. The work is happening in ways that are unseen, in the spiritual realm, in your heart, and in your mind. God is shaping you, even when it feels like nothing is moving forward. His timing is perfect, and though you may not understand it, the silence is a part of His plan. Don't let doubt get you down. Doubt is a natural feeling when things aren't happening as quickly as you hoped. But when you doubt, you give space for fear and uncertainty to take root. God is asking you to trust Him in the silence. Even when you can't see the work, know that He is moving. He is working in the unseen, laying the groundwork for your breakthrough. Your faith is being strengthened in these moments of waiting. It's during these times that God is teaching you to trust not in what you see, but in what you believe. His promises are still true, even when the path seems unclear. In the silence, God is preparing you for greater things. He is working on your behalf, even when you can't hear His voice or see His hand. Trust that He is faithful and that He will fulfill His promises at the perfect time. Keep your heart focused on Him and don't let the quiet moments shake your faith. You are not forgotten. God is just preparing you for the blessings that are coming. Stay strong, stay patient, and know that the silence will not last forever. Your breakthrough is on its way. Walk in faith. God calls you to live intentionally, not to waste time. Every moment, every breath is a precious gift, meant to be used with purpose. Too often, we get caught up in the distractions of life, drifting from one day to the next without fully embracing the opportunities that God has set before us. But God is calling you to more. He wants you to live with intention, with direction, and with clarity. Your life is not a series of random events. It is a journey that is divinely orchestrated. When you walk with purpose, you align yourself with God's plan for your life, and you begin to see the path He has set before you. Every act of trust is a step closer to your destiny. Trusting God is not always easy. It requires letting go of control, stepping into the unknown, and believing that He will guide you. But each time you trust God, you take a step closer to becoming the person He created you to be. Trust is the foundation of faith, and every act of trust is like a brick being laid down on the road to your destiny. It might not always be clear, and it may feel uncertain at times, but as you walk in faith, you are moving toward the life that God has prepared for you. Every act of trust is a small victory, bringing you closer to the fullness of His promises. He has prepared doors, opportunities, and paths for you to go forward. God has already made the way. The doors are open, the opportunities are waiting, and the paths are clear for you to walk on. But it is up to you to move forward. Too often, fear, doubt, and uncertainty hold us back from walking through the doors God has opened for us. We hesitate, unsure of what lies on the other side, afraid of the challenges or the changes that might come. But God is calling you to step out in faith, to trust that He has already gone before you, and to walk boldly into the future He has prepared for you. The opportunities are there. All you need to do is take the first step. Go forward, knowing that with every step you take in faith, you are walking into the destiny God has set before you. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Trust in the process, trust in God's plan, and keep moving forward. Your destiny is waiting, and each step you take in faith brings you closer to the abundant life that God has promised you. This blessing is yours. Each blessing is tailored to your needs, dreams, and destiny. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows exactly what you need. He has carefully crafted each blessing to align with the desires of your heart, the dreams you've held for years, and the path He has set before you. Every blessing you receive is not random. It is specifically designed to fulfill His perfect purpose for your life. He knows the desires you have that no one else sees, the silent prayers you've whispered in moments of despair, and the goals you've set in your heart. God is not a distant observer. He is actively shaping your future, creating opportunities and blessings that fit perfectly with the life He has planned for you. Receive it with gratitude, without hesitation or fear. When God offers His blessings, He does not give them reluctantly or in small measure. His blessings are abundant and meant to overflow into your life. However, many times we hesitate. We doubt our worthiness, we question the timing, or we wonder if it's too good to be true. But God is asking you to trust Him completely. His blessings are not a reward for perfection, but a gift of love, grace, and mercy. Receive what He has prepared for you with open hands and a grateful heart. Do not hesitate. Do not allow fear to steal your peace. This is your time to embrace what He has given you, knowing that it is part of His beautiful plan for your